So, welcome to Step Inside episode 2. We're now in virtual reality, not 360 video like the previous episode. We've spent the last 5 or 6 years testing and using different technologies to be able to provide the blue light services with amazing photorealistic virtual reality training. But using that technology over the years has allowed us to take that tech and try and use it in different areas. And one of the passions that we have in the team at River is to look at the historical preservation of different buildings. So last time we were here at Cliffe House, me and Aid did a bit of camera work down some of the wells, and the time before that we had the gadget show here, and when they were here we taught them how to do photogrammetry using our 6-camera rig and a bit of drone work as well. Photogrammetry is the process of taking thousands of photos, stitching them all together and making a photorealistic replica of the real world. The reason we've got this amazing scan of Cliffe House that's been done using photogrammetry is because we flew a drone over the top, and you can see some of the footage of that when the Leica drone flew above and took loads of photos. That was with Steve Carnes from Leica. We put Ross down here on the ground doing his ground camera rig. And you'll recognise this area over here. This is where we had the gadget show, teaching them what to do. And you can see the wine cellar down there as well. We're going to go and see that shortly. We're sat here with Ross Evans, River's photogrammetry expert. And Ross, we went to scan Cliffe House. When you churned the model in reality capture, you made this video. I was going to watch this video because I'm going to play it over the top, but we're going to watch this video and then we can have a little chat about it. But this is what you said.
Yo, how's it going? Don't know if this is a scan error, but look at this weird round thing. I don't know how it would be an error, and there was nothing there. It's here in the middle of sort of the main car park. It's a definite circle.
Say it again, mate.
Weird,
Yes,
isn't
mate.
it?
Yeah, all good.
Something strange going on there. Not sure what it is.
So here we are in the courtyard. We can't actually see in the virtual reality. Oh, actually we can, slightly. So here is one of those circles that Ross talked about. This is one of the circles that he mentioned. And you can just about see it here. You can see a little line. It does look a lot more like a tractor print for me down on the floor, like this. Let's get a closer look. You can't really see it from here. Okay, a little bit. Yeah, this is looking like the circle that we're talking about. So Ross, after you sent me that first video, I think a day went by maybe, and then you had a closer look at the scan, and you actually sent me another video and said you think there's 2 circles.
Yeah.
So I think this is the video where we see multiple circles in the courtyard.
I thought I'd have a look at this, and so there it is. There's circle number 1, and it looks like there's a second one there. It looks like one there. Another one. So we've got circle. One there. Foundations, no, because that's the entrance to the wine cellar. It comes probably from about here, like this, I reckon.
Well,
So
it's not there.
That's an interesting bit there.
That's
When we first visited the wine cellar, which is just over there, we all believed that the wine cellar goes underneath the courtyard, and I always thought that the wine cellar main area was about here, but really it's under here. So here we can actually now be stood in the courtyard and teleport into the wine cellar without actually going that way. Boom, we're in. So here we are in the wine cellar. Now, we always thought that this was underneath the middle of the courtyard, but when we look at the scan data, we actually see that this is the bedrock here. So this is the bedrock wall that we see here. It's amazing to be able to jump through here to see it. Let me just take you this way, and we'll just go down here, and I'll show you the wine cellar. So, here we are looking up, wine cellar in front of us, the main chapel over that way. Excuse the camper van, a little bit of work, we need to clean that up. So yeah, we've got the wine cellar here, And now this is the bit where we came and had a little look with Aid. So look, let's go down here. Need to get a torch down here. But we can actually see the layers, the lines of the bedrock, which is amazing. So here we are, where we thought it was in the middle of the car park. It's not. This is the wall of the cliff that's just above. And we can prove that by seeing through the world. So look, we're going to go back a little bit and then look back this way. And here we are. Go to this one. And then look, you can see here, above ground, below ground, more below ground. Let's do this one. Amazing. So this circle in the snow, Aid sent me the message on Facebook saying, I found something else in the snow, can you come and have a look? I think we heard Aid's story actually earlier.
It's a manhole.
So
Manholes
Ross,
generally have
tell
stuff.
us what you think that is.
Well, it's a manhole cover. And manholes generally have pipes underneath them that are warmer than the surroundings, which makes snow melt.
So you think that Aid's already said there is no manhole cover there underneath that snow. This is actual just stone underneath it. This is
Yeah, I'd like to see exactly where that is and look at some ground
okay.
penetrating radar data of that. I think we'd be able to see some services coming to and from that.
Okay, that's a good little test then. We should go and have a look and see what that is, but I'll get Aid to show the position of that.
It's a perfect circle though, so it's definitely man-made.
And the other one was over here somewhere. Let's see if we can see it in VR. Can't really see it, I don't think. It's around this area. But we're going to go and have a look at the ground penetrating radar and see if we can see what this line is, or if it's even there in the GPR. The GPR is going to allow us to go down maybe 2 meters, so we can have a little look and see if there's anything below this courtyard area. And then here is Shane's data looking at the GPR.
Yeah.
So what we would expect to see here, if there was anything to do with those circles in this data, is see some sort of circular rings over the courtyard as he goes down through the soil.
Correct.
And ground penetrating radar in this instance gave us 1.8 metres looking down into the ground.
Chris,
So we're expecting to see something. So this is what we found.
growing level, moving down. So at 300 mil, we've got this pipe crossing. The southern part down here. We've got something else up against the cliff here. So obviously some drainage pits over here as well. Go down a little bit further. Got something else. Pipe or something
There is a
here.
mark there that looks like it's in the centre of said circle.
You mean the white dot right in the middle of this image now?
No, it's a little bit further to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're thinking maybe that might be the centre of one of the circles,
Yeah,
potentially.
possibly,
But let's just go through, because he's about 30 centimetres down into the soil now.
Yeah.
Clearly got some pipes running into this manhole, which is in front of the building. A bit further, we've got something here at 500 mil, which is probably the centre of one of those circles, potentially right in the middle of the courtyard type area. Obviously got other.
So this is
But
Shane.
yeah, it's just pushed down from there, which.
This is Shane talking, and he's now about 50 centimetres down,
Yeah.
and he's looking at showing that there's some sort of reflection. I mean, they call it reflection or
Reflection, yeah. It could be a void, it could be a metallic object.
but it could be a change in the soil type.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep going down. We can see the drains on the left and on the bottom.
Yeah.
We'd expect to see those sort of things just for standard drainage.
Data services, yeah.
Pipes and things. There's a gully over in this area here, so I think this drops into that manhole as well. And then we've got some.
Okay, it's important to stop it there and look at what we're seeing appearing, because the big red line that you see happening here is the wine cellar going through the bottom underneath the courtyard. We would totally expect to see that, but it just shows us the top of the tunnel as we're hitting it with the GPS.
Yeah, you can see with the reds is a void. That's a definite void.
Definite void space. So we continued, press play, and we listened to Shane.
Got the tunnel here, which you can see across the centre to the wine cellar. And over here at 800 mil, we've got some reflections.
Yeah.
Strong.
800 mil on the right.
It's too high up, but that's the interesting part.
Okay.
If there is a tunnel anywhere, that's where it's going to be.
Okay, so this is the bit that did interest us before, and Ross has mentioned it then. We would expect to see something to do with those circles, but instead, on the right-hand side of the tunnel that is the wine cellar, we see these big reflections, and I think Shane talks about them now. Let's just listen to what he says about the larger sections on the right that are appearing.
Reflections there. So that's a void or something going on there. 800 mil.
Back a bit.
It's not uniform.
That's about it. We've got data down to about there, which is about 1.8.
And it's not deep enough.
There you go.
800 mil. Now look there.
That's about it. We've got data down to about there, which is about 1.8. So, there you go.
Okay, but that's probably services on the right, then you can see a pipe.
Yeah.
But this is what was interesting, Ross. The bit on the right, we should go and have a closer look at that with ground penetrating radar, maybe in another episode, because I think Shane said that he's very keen.
Depending on the size of the machine as well, we want to put it down the wine cellar tunnel as well, really, because that would give us another 1.8 metres down.
Yes,
so, I mean, that would give us about 4-5 metres down underneath the tunnel, and also probably be worth doing in the wine cellar itself, maybe.
Okay, so at the moment though, from this ground penetrating radar data, we've gone 1.8 metres down in the courtyard, and we didn't see anything from any of those circles.
No.
But we saw the wine cellar, and we see a potential bit on the right hand side. It's important to know though, on the right hand side here, we are only at the area before it gets pebbled. That is the, you know, the big large stone thing in the middle on the right hand side?
Yeah,
the ground penetrating radar, we didn't go anywhere past that to the right.
No, I mean, and those cobbles would be challenging to get through with ground penetrating radar because I think they're granite, so it's going to be difficult to get through it.
Okay, well, we'll have that for another episode, I think.
When we did the ground penetrating radar, we only came up to about this line here. So it's still leaving all of this area needs scanning, because we see some smaller void spaces around this area. Could be to do with this drain, but we need to definitely get some more GPR around here. This is cobbled and used to be apparently where the coal was kept for the main house. It allows you to do things in virtual reality that you couldn't do in the real world, like this.
we can go and have a look higher, safely. So here I am, teleporting into this room. I'll just stop here and look down. There's actually trees growing in this room.